Hello and welcome. This is already week 3 of Review and Reflect, where I'm going to tell you what went well and what went maybe not so well in previous week's work. So, this episode is a little bit late because I had some other things to do, and I think Sunday is also not the best day for me to record this. So, I'm trying to move it to Monday, but then Monday other things happen. Life happens. And the most important thing that is that I did this on time. I'm just doing the recording now a little bit later. So, one thing that I'm noticing, and we're only like 2 weeks in, right, is that Scrum, or however you want to call it, is working. I noticed that my productivity is a lot higher and that I also have more time to just doing fun things. Because I don't like when people really focus on, just being more productive in the work sense. I think it's also really important to think about what is important for you to be able to do. And what I love so far is that when I get all of the things done, there's just more space for me to explore other things. And sometimes that's work, and sometimes it's just fun. I also noticed that it's a lot easier for me to get into the flow so that when I sit down to work, I can also just work like longer periods. And yeah, that allows me also to just go deeper into the things that I do. I am actually enjoying this so much so that I decided to also slowly start to shift my clients over to more of a board view. So, yeah, you work with a board in Scrum. It's a Kanban board. So there are 3 columns saying, to do, what is not started yet, what needs to be done. Then there is the in progress column, and there's the done column. And before, most of my clients had more like a to do list. Because there were also not that many tasks, or if there were so many tasks, we divided them into different tables. And now I thought, what if we just turn it into a board and then I create like a current view and a backlog view? So I am aware that Scrum with sprints is not necessarily something that my clients need because we don't do really huge projects that would need that level of, like clearing up the complexity. But just using a board already, I think, is a great improvement because then if you just use a lot of lists, then you have a lot of lists and things can get lost. Things get, like to the bottom of the list. But with a board, it's really all in your face. And I'm really liking that so far. That now it makes us more think about, okay, what is the most important thing? And everything is in front of us now. So what do we really have to get done soon? And what can go on the back burner and maybe even get deleted? So the one thing that went not so good last week is recording my videos. Um, so this is like kind of a very personal addition to the story today. But like the week before my period, I often have cramps or just a headache or something like that, and I don't really feel like, camera ready. And we're still in that period right now, so I just really, really don't feel like recording. But I'm trying to push myself to get these recordings done. And I have better moments, worse moments, and then I'm just trying to like hype myself up to really go ahead and record the things. But because I didn't do the recording last week on Friday, again, I left things for Friday. Watch the previous video if you don't know what I'm talking about. um, so because I didn't do the recordings, now I am behind with my schedule because for this week I'm also doing the website challenge, the website audit challenge, and I had some specific posts for that challenge that I want to share this week, and I wanted to prepare them beforehand, but then I didn't. So now every morning I just wake up really early and try to get those that content recorded and out there, because I also want to adjust it to like the people in the challenge, for example. So yeah, I've been having some interesting mornings, and that's also why I didn't record this yesterday, because I had some other reels to record. And yeah, I don't have a lot of energy again to record stuff, so I'm just doing what needs to get done, and then we go from there. And then it also made me think about how to incorporate, the fact that I am a woman and I have a cycle into this process of sprints, because there will be sprints where I cannot do specific type of tasks. For example, now the recording that was not so well planned maybe. And also that this week, because I will be on my period, now everyone knows. um, I won't be able to work that much because I easily tire out, or again, I get a headache or I have cramps. Um, so I just cannot like constantly improve productivity, and velocity is also a term that we use in Scrum, because that's simply not how my body functions. And I also want to be aware of that. So that's something that I also want to play with in the next few months, I assume. And we'll see how that goes. And then the last thing that I want to add in the new sprint is to start working with story points. So far I have been more estimating things in hours only and not really with points, but I think that can also be valuable to be able to compare tasks on how challenging they might be, which can again help me with this whole, like how much energy I have for a specific task, because a task can be quick or take a lot of time, but there is still a difference in how much, like mental capacity it requires, or in my case, because of the yoga stuff, how much also physical um like energy it requires. So I want to start using story points, and that's the one thing that I'm going to improve. And the other one is to also see how to incorporate more of a cycle within the sprints, like over the months. So every sprint is a week, but then I also have a monthly cycle going on. So let's see how I can incorporate those two together. And I will continue to convince my clients that board views might be nice for us as well. And again, I'm not trying to push Scrum onto my clients because I know that that is not what they need. That's like too much complexity for no reason. But I think a board view is just more clear than, having an endless to do list. So that's it for this week. And we are already going strong on the new sprint. And yeah, hopefully next time this video will be again on time. If you like these videos, make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss any.